Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Today's affirmation, today's blessing card is a blessing from the light. You are dearly loved more than you can possibly imagine, and you are never alone. A universe of love and light surrounds you and showers you with blessings that ebb and flow in your heart. Today's about regrouping. Yesterday, I worked on YouTube's coffee chat, which is actually going to end up being tomorrow or later today. It's a voiceover with some journaling in my creative bullet journal. And I thought what I want to do for y'all is something I have not been doing. I have not been doing at all. I wanted to show y'all something. I'm not going to flip the camera around right now because I don't think it's really necessary. So this is where the end of March, and it's going pretty well. But you can tell I'm in this mind space, still working on the Snoopy cards, and we get to April, and I was doing pretty well. Until the anniversary of my daddy's death. And I stuck. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And I did all right. You could tell I needed to get some things out. And this I was really happy with. But then we get here. And we get here, which was last Wednesday, and then there's nothing. I fought it that first week. So my goal today is to journal. In my document your day art journal, because I'm going to flip the camera around at the end and show you my creative bullet journal, because it's the only thing that I've really been working in, the only thing that I've truly been creative with. I've been reading The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod and working on those things. I've been working on a few other things, cleaning and organizing, like I talked about in the video, the bonus video that I put up. I've been exercising. I've been back in the swing of things in a lot of ways, but not in other ways. And I'm thinking, what is the issue? Journaling is different for everybody. Everybody has a different thing. One of the journals I don't really show on social media at all is my personal journal. It doesn't have a cover, really. It's not in a traveler's notebook. It's just a lined leuchtturm, and I use it for Dear Diary style journaling. And normally that's where I do my evening pages, but I haven't journaled in it either. I have been doing morning pages on and off. There have been a couple of mornings where I haven't, but that's more of it's a brain vomit. It's where I get things spewed onto the page. Stream of consciousness, I don't really do a whole lot of emotional stuff in that. It's just ideas and thoughts and stuff that I get out. Usually my evening pages are where I talk about how the day went, where I talk about emotional stuff, what I thought about the day. Was I productive? What issues did I deal with anxiety, depression, ADHD? And lately, for the last week, I have not been writing in it because I don't know. So I have to get back into, and it felt like maybe because that is an A5 journal, felt like maybe what I needed to do was kind of streamline. So I got out this and I wrote a little bit on the 7th, and I wrote a little bit the other day, and that felt good. It felt good to be back in that kind of journal. So it's not like I haven't been adding color now, watercolor and things like that. I have been creative, but not in the creative way that I want to, that I know that I need to. For each of us, a journal is different, like our purpose. And for me, different journals have different purposes. I can't journal in every single journal every single day. I don't have enough time to do every single journal every single day. And what I've learned since I've started doing the Miracle Morning, is that I need to streamline things. So I have the timer. The timer's actually in the living room right now. I set it for 10 or 15 minutes. I've been trying to get up earlier in the mornings. I was doing really well with it in the beginning, and then Mr. Rockstar switched to nights. Now he's sleeping today, and he will be back on days. Yeah, so he's off, and he goes back to work Friday in the morning. So after today, he will try to go to sleep earlier tonight. Not early, because he'll try to go to sleep probably about midnight tonight. And then tomorrow night, he'll try to go to sleep about 10 or 11, so that Thursday night he can go to sleep at about 9 o'clock, and get up Friday morning because he has to go to work Friday morning. Hopefully, I'll be able to transition back to days. And the next time he works nights, I will not be going back to nights with him because I can't continue to do that. It messes up his biorhythms, and it's messing up my biorhythms. And yeah, so that's one of the things. One of the other things that I've noticed is that I can reach for the journal, but once I open the page and I look at it, I'm feeling just, I know I need to get on the ball with it. I know I do. I feel self-conscious right now in a lot of different ways. Not having the back teeth is making me talk funny. It's making my mouth look funny. I feel really self-conscious about it. I canceled the dental appointment for yesterday because we didn't have enough money yet. But two, because my gums are still a little bit swollen. They're not completely healed yet. And I don't know if maybe that's why I can still feel that. But I'm getting back slowly into a routine. So I thought today's coffee chat would be a little bit different. I don't really want to sit here and talk. I want to get back into that journal. I want to journal and maybe talk about maybe try to talk about while I journal. Yeah. And then if I can't talk while I journal, then maybe I'll do voiceover. But I feel the need to just do something in the journal so I can get past this. We all experience that. We do. We all experience that. We all, I think, well, most of us go through a period where we feel a little bit stagnant, where we feel blocked, where we feel uninspired, not motivated, where we lack inspiration and motivation. There we go. So I can use real words here. Uninspired is a word, but I'm not sure that unmotivated is. Lack of motivation. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, we're going to turn this around. Because the more that I procrastinate about it, the more that I look at it with the worse it's going to get. The longer I'm away from it, the worse it's going to get. And tomorrow will be a whole week since I've journaled in it, and I don't want a whole week to go by since I've journaled in it. I do not want a whole week to go by because a week will become another week, and the weeks will become a month, and then yeah, I don't want that to happen. So let's turn this around. Let's turn this around. Tuesday Talks is usually talking. It's not usually journaling, but every now and again I do a little bit of a journal thing with a Tuesday Talk, and I think today is one of those days where it's absolutely necessary because I've been having a rough spell, and yeah. So let's hello. Okay. So yesterday when I did yesterday's page, and I did it and it matched the card too, and you're going to see that in a picture in a moment. Yesterday's card was the blessed treasure within. The qualities you admire in others you also possess. There is a treasure within you. This card is here to help you reconnect with the well of wisdom, creativity, and beauty inside you. It's time to shine your light. Well, that light came today for today's card, and it was so just, I don't know, these namaste cards are really becoming a blessing. You know, sometimes I find it really weird lately that I've been able to use this journal, this creative bullet journal, Omni journal. I'm back in it, but I have not been able to use my regular journal. And I know there's an issue somewhere, and I'm going to continue to journal about it as I can figure out what, but I'm back in it, and you're going to see in a few moments because this isn't going to take very long. One of the things I wanted to say is that sometimes journaling is cathartic. No matter what kind of journaling it is, no matter what it is that you're doing, it can be very cathartic. You know, I just had to get it off my chest, or I just needed to get it out, needed to get the ideas on the page. I've been able to work on my novel, and I've been able to use this journal, but I hadn't been able to use my other journal. You know, that feeling that when your emotions or your thoughts are unsettled, and maybe it's been building up for a while. I know for me it has because I was avoiding and evading. I didn't realize I was because I did talk about my dad's death. I was doing things, but I guess I wasn't really talking enough about it, or maybe I was bottling up some of it too much. So instead of, doing things that I think could have helped, I kind of just kept it inside, and that built up over time, and then it caused issues. It caused creativity to become a bit stagnant with me. I wasn't filling the well enough, and I've talked about that a lot. And digging into your deeper issues when you're doing things like self-discovery and self-improvement, and you're doing things like the Miracle Morning and other things. I've been doing a lot of that kind of thing, and I think I've hit upon some issues that maybe subconsciously I didn't really want to deal with. So, taking a deep breath, relaxing, and just kind of plopping some watercolor on the page in this creative bullet journal has helped me get back to that place where just a little bit ago I said, okay, I want to journal. That was a big thing. I want to journal. Not only did I feel okay finally picking up that pen and opening up that journal and sitting it down, but I want to journal. So I did this last night, and because I was thinking, okay, I can be creative. I had pulled the card last night before I went to bed. I wanted something positive to wake up to, and I did this right here for my evening planning session. And that made a big difference. It made a big difference. Now I'm thinking maybe I should pull my cards in the evening for the day, for the next day, and do this. And I think this may be what I do for at least a little while, is draw the front or the back of each of these cards, maybe not draw, but watercolor for that day's page, for that to-do daily page. It is a Omni journal, a creative bullet journal. This is a completely different kind of journaling for me. Maybe this is my 100-day project. Maybe putting the pictures on Instagram might be an additional bonus, adding more pictures to Instagram, but I'm not going to pressure myself too much to do that. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's okay. But I think this right here is been so beneficial to me. These 2 pages have shown me, I think, a way that I can truly make these cards for me work really well. Part of the Miracle Morning is that you do a visualization. Part of the Miracle Morning is that you do your planning, a little bit of scribing, um, a little bit of reading. So not only am I changing a morning routine, I'm changing my evening routine. And Planner Boot Camp, I don't want to give away too much, but you're supposed to be reviewing things in the evening. So I think this is a really good way. I think doing this in the evening and then in the morning, looking at that card and visualizing and reading the affirmation again, that blessing card again for myself, and thinking positively and doing some of these things that I'm doing, if I could get back hopefully on a morning schedule, will be a good thing. I'll start with going to bed by midnight tonight and getting up by 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. The next night I'll go to bed by 11 and get up at 7. So I'm actually going to be setting an alarm, which is something I don't very often do unless there's an appointment or Mr. Rockstar needs to get up. But I have to pick up Victor tomorrow, so I'm going to have a busy day and I need to get some of this done. So I think I'm in a good place here. I want to use some more of the masking fluid. I want to create some kind of project I want to do the collage piece that I have that I wrote all over that I don't like now. So I don't know, I'm going to do something different. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. I think I needed to maybe write those things down in the collage, but y'all see that, y'all will see that pretty soon. At least the $7 and up tier will, because that's a creative project. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how to describe all of this except to say that, like I said, there are going to be changes. I feel like some of the things I've been doing have been doing because they fit into some kind of weird ideal that I had of what you're supposed to do, and I don't feel that way anymore. My perspective has changed, um, or maybe I've just kind of grown into myself. But I'm going to be doing things that feel right to me. I love documenting my day. And so the very idea that I hadn't journaled in right at a week in that, and I love that journal, y'all. I have been talking to Bree about getting a new one. I love that size. I love everything about that journal. Um, and in the video that I'm going to be finishing the editing up for YouTube for their coffee chat, I realized something after I created the video. So I'm going to actually redo the video, but I'm going to talk about it here. I realized that I was limiting myself in this journal by thinking, oh my God, I don't have the dot grid. Oh my God, doing the trackers. Oh my God, my handwriting is slanted and crooked. And I was beating myself up over different things, thinking, okay, but there is a way to make things work to my advantage. I love not having anything on that page being blank, but at the same time, I feel somewhat, uh, I don't know, intimidated by not having some kind of guide when I go to do things like um, the things for trackers and things like that. So I'm just in the calendar. So I'm just going to find a way to work that to my advantage and maybe just be more creative. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to do it. Um, I know I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to go back to the Enigma with the dot grid, but I am probably going to use some of the pages from the Scribbles That Matter or from the Breeze, the extra Breeze that I have that has some blank pages in it, to use those for dot grid. And then I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I'm almost finished with this. You're going to see the pictures of this. I'm really, truly excited about where this is headed and what I'm doing. And I love that I actually journaled today, y'all. I actually journaled today. How amazing is that? I journaled. I can't believe, I did it. I feel so much better for having done it.
Okay, so since I seem to have hit a brick wall creatively, I thought the brick wall washi tape would be a good place to start. Where did my... I hate when the washi tape does that. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to use washi tape on this page too. Alright, so then I'll write on that page, and I guess I need to color in on this page. So we gotta start somewhere, right? Till I figure out what I want to do with the... Oh, that's too yellow. That's not yellow enough because these are eggs. Okay. And then we're gonna do... let that dry, and I'll go back in and add in more detail. hoping that because I can do this right here, that it will help me do more stuff, like today's page. And I'm okay with that if I can just get something done. But at least right now I'm painting. So that makes me feel much better. The fact that I can actually do this. Alright, so let's get this out of there. Now what color? I'm gonna go with this. This is a pretty color. Alright, I need to get this. I don't know what's going on with the camera. And um, if I don't take this stuff too seriously and I just have a little bit of fun. Don't really delve into that too much. Um, okay. And then today is Tuesday. Well, that is wonderful. Okay, yeah. Today's the 17th. Right? Yeah. I guess because I had Wednesday on the brain, because I didn't want it to be a whole week. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not stressing over any of it. I'm not going to stress over any of it. That won't work. It's still too wet. So let's get that off of there. I want them to look dirty. All right, I have actually journaled. And I even messed up the date. Okay.